Since we were kids, we were raised by the idea that education was our priority. They told us we should go to Harvard. They told us we should go to Yale. But nobody told us how. Once we grew up and that idea was planted in our heads, they placed walls in front of our noses. Nobody told us they would cut back our passion. Nobody told us how much would it cost us. Nobody told us obstacles would keep presenting. Today, we want to make you conscious of the recent budget cuts on high schools, especially on the fine arts and social studies departments. According to the New York Times 2009, the federal government needed to let go of teachers. Which department was cut first?
One of the things they aim for is fine arts teachers, okay, because you've got a certain amount of teachers that you have to have on campus, okay, in order to get federal money and in order to get state money. You can't go beyond a certain number or you start losing money because you have too many teachers on a campus. So what happens is that they have to reduce the number of teachers that they have on campus. Many schools and many principals will cut fine arts teachers to keep their social studies, their math, their science teachers on.
So what is the gravity of this issue?
School districts aren't the only ones delivering some bad news to staff members. Today, public education cuts started at the very top. The Texas Education Agency began laying off employees.
The possibility of 100,000 school district jobs being cut, debates over neighborhood schools having to close. In the proposed budget, public schools would be cut short nearly $10 billion. That's money owed to districts under the current school finance formula.
Hundreds of AISD teachers and staff members learned today they're out of a job. AISD announced on Friday it must cut 1,017 positions to make up for a massive budget shortfall.
Today, the bad news started as soon as employees showed up for work here at TEA headquarters in downtown Austin. HR staff members started calling in employees one by one to let them know today would be their last.
So with all these budget cuts, how will students be able to afford tuition? The in-state tuition, even between 2000 and 2010, has almost doubled from $7,000 to $12,000. An average student attending a four-year public school, shown on the third bar to the left, pays a minimum of $20,000 or more throughout the year. This includes everything from tuition and other expenses. In UTEP, as of 2012, the average student pays $30,000 or more a year for tuition. How does a student who doesn't use federal aid afford this?
I don't get financial aid.
Oh,
so
man.
It's been really tough.
Yeah.
Things at our household has changed a lot to cover my tuition. And I've worked a lot. Last semester I had 2 jobs. It's tough.
Do you think college education is still affordable?
Well, I kind of alluded to that, a little bit, that it's becoming harder and harder for students to get funding, and obviously, when the state cuts funding, it's not just cutting for public school system, it's also cutting for the upper, the universities, because they also receive state funding. So when you cut that, well, the universities are going to have to raise their tuitions.
Well, that's the thing about college students, that they don't have some kind of job security.
According to Austin Chronicle, UTEP has among the lowest graduation rates in the nation. Less than 30% of undergraduates finish their degrees in less than 6 years. According to the Texas Tribune, in 2009, the state only graduated 71.6% of its high school students, from which only 64.5% graduated in 4 years. In accordance to Business Insider, a worker with a college degree earns an average of $20,000 per year than a worker that only finished a high school diploma. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, only 27.5% of the adults in the United States have a college degree. The budget cuts are limiting our education. The high tuition rates are making it unaffordable, and finally, leading to high school dropout rates and low graduation rates. But we still have hope. Last year, we had the chance to vote in favor of the Robin Hood Act, which would have saved the job of thousands of teachers with some of the community's help. But not enough response was received in the ballots. We still have alternatives. The authorities will not take care of this issue unless the community gives importance to it. Vote. Support candidates concerned about this issue. Call your congressman to persuade them to take care of education.
Save journalism, save education.
Save music, save education.
Save education.